welcome. My name is Osama Sheikh, and I have the distinct pleasure of being the Vice President of Student Affairs and the Chief Diversity Officer here at wonderful SUNY Old Westbury. Yay for me! Come on, come on. There you go. As we all gather here on our very beautiful campus, I want to share a thought with you about our convocation. Convocation is a word that has multiple meanings in higher education. Here at Old Westbury, as it does at numerous colleges across the country, the President's Fall Convocation is the official welcome for our first-year students as well as all other students new to the college. Having completed the first week of classes, I'm sure many of you have participated in academic and co-curricular activities and engaged in memorable moments that will be with you for the rest of your life. Our President's Fall Convocation will also be part of the many memorable moments for students at SUNY Old Westbury. We have a great program for you this afternoon, so please find a seat as we get ready to begin our program. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you all to our musical guest, the Total Praise Ensemble. The Total Praise Ensemble is led by LaFrederick Kochsner. The performance will be followed by our president, Dr. Butts. So let's give the Total Praise Ensemble a warm Old Westbury welcome.
Put your hands together. There's been so many things that's held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go, but where we'll end up. But we won't let nothing hold us back. Put ourselves together, we gotta polish up our act. And if you've ever been held down before, I know that you refuse to be held down anymore, yeah. Stand in your way, to every word I say, every word that I say. Moving and we're grooving, yeah. No, we've got the groove. I know you know someone that had a negative vibe, and if you try to make it, they only push you aside. They really don't have nowhere to go. Ask them where they're going, and but we won't let nothing hold us back. Put ourselves together, we gotta polish up our act. And if you've ever been held down before, I know that you refuse to be held down anymore, yeah. Stand in your way, to every word I say, every word that I say. And we're grooving, yeah. No, 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 no. We've got the groove, and we're on the move. Ain't no, I know, said I know. We've got the groove, ain't no stopping us.
you can, reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. If you can, take a little time out of your busy day to give encouragement to someone who's lost the way. Or would I be talking to a stone if I asked you to share a problem that's not your own? We can change things if we start giving. So why don't you reach out and touch somebody's hand and make this world a better place? If you can, just reach out and touch somebody's hand and make this world a better place. Just reach somebody's hand and make this world a better place. If you can, just reach out and touch a better place. If you what you want, baby, I got it. And what you need, you know I got it. And all I'm asking is for a little respect when you get home, baby. When you get home, just a little bit. Oh, just a little bit. Ooh, your kisses are sweeter than honey. But guess what? So is my money. But all I want you to do for me is give it to me when I get home, baby. When you get home, just a little bit. R-E-S-P-C-T. I got what it means to me. R-E-S-P-C-T. Take care. Respect. Just a little bit. Just a little. When I get home, just a little. Give me my money. No, it ain't funny. Just a little. Just a little. Oh, just a little. Of my money. Oh, please give me my respect. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live. Yes, I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all, it's inside of me. The greatest love of all, it's easy to achieve. Learning to love place. Ooh, that you've been dreaming of. Should lead you to a lonely place. Find your strength in love.
Come on, put your hands together and give the Total Praise Ensemble another healthy round of applause. I thank them for being here today. My name is Calvin Butts. I'm the president of the State University College at Old Westbury. And I want to begin my remarks this way. Some in attendance have concerns about conditions in our residence halls. And let me try to address that for a few minutes, and then we'll get back to the rest of the program. Let me state clearly that I hear and understand your concerns, and I can't stress enough how much we'd like to see this remedied as much as you do. I'm the president who erected the residence halls when there was a problem with our old ones. And so I don't want there to be any problems with our new ones. Much time and effort has already been expended to confront this issue, and we will continue to do so wherever we can. Now, if you're asking me to make the mold not grow, well, that's not within my power. What is in my authority is to try to make the conditions in our residence halls at least as conducive as they can be, or not conducive, rather, as they can be to the mold. And I believe we have done and are doing that. During this past summer, and since students moved in about 10 days ago, the college has had 4 confirmed reports from students to the maintenance department or the Office of Residential Life involving mold in their rooms. In all of these cases, we responded within hours and remedied the concerns immediately. Even before that, the college was taking action. We purchased and installed industrial dehumidifiers on each floor and of every hall this summer. Every room was deep cleaned over the summer with materials that included mold-inhibiting properties. Every air conditioning heating unit was cleaned that way also, and every air conditioning and heating filter was replaced with a filter designed to inhibit the presence of mold. Each of these steps that we have followed mirror the steps that had been previously identified by an independent vendor licensed for cleaning and remediation in situations involving mold. We also, via email on the college website and in hard copy, share this information with residential students and family members during check-in. At the same time, we gave students tips and advice on their role in helping to prevent this from occurring. And we've asked each student to help us by working with us and communicating your needs throughout your time here. There is no one easy fix to a naturally occurring phenomenon like this, especially when you are operating buildings designed for a climate that existed 20 years ago. The best we can do is control the temperature and conditions inside the halls as best we can and get rid of this as soon as it appears. To those students voicing their opinions today, I applaud you for expressing yourselves. I too come out of a season of protest. Advocating for yourselves and for a change you think is needed in part of the spirit of this place we call SUNY Old Westbury. And I ask students to do 2 things today. See the Vice President for Student Affairs Mr. Sheikh, he was here a moment ago. Stand up so they can see you again. At the close of this event to discuss how we can assist you in this matter. And the second thing is to enjoy the rest of this convocation ceremony, which we will continue with now. I make those because I hear the concerns of some of our students, and I'm deeply concerned about it and working hard to remedy it. But what I really enjoy is seeing this gathering of students who may be new to the State University College at Old Westbury. We have a great college here, and many of our alumni have gone on to do great things, and we'll talk about them in a moment. But let me welcome all of you here, and let me introduce some key people. The first is our college council representative. He leads our college council, which is perhaps the most important body of men and women who have anything to do with SUNY Old Westbury other than the faculty. And that's Dr. Mario Mignoni. Stand up, Dr. Mignoni. Please give him a round of applause. Of our thousands of alumni, we have an Alumni Association president, Mr. Lionel Chitty. Please stand up, Mr. Chitty. And will all the members of the president's cabinet please rise to so that the audience might see you without full introduction. All members of the cabinet, please stand and face the audience on either side. Now for you students, especially right about now, the most important body that you will be introduced to today, the members of the faculty, those who have earned the title of Distinguished Teaching and Distinguished Service Professors, please stand first. And then the members of our faculty, please, all faculty members, please stand and be recognized. All faculty members, all deans, please stand and be recognized wherever you are in the building. Our faculty governance representative, Professor Andrew Matson. There he is, that's him. And our student government president, Khalif Shak Metellus. Now show some love for your president. Stand up again, Khalif. And we welcome back today our former University Police Chief, Michael Yanello, who returns to campus as my guest today. I want to thank the entire team in the Office of Enrollment Services and Admissions, from recruitment to campus tours to helping students through the application process. You've done a wonderful job in getting our new and first-time students here. And I want to thank the staff from the Office of Financial Aid, EOP, First Year, Registrar, Transfer, Bursar, Advising, all who have been helpful. The Director of Orientation and Special Events, Jacqueline Cangelo, and all of the students who served as orientation leaders this summer. All in our Division of Student Affairs, our Provost, Dr. Patrick O'Sullivan. Stand up, Dr. O'Sullivan, so they can see. And lastly, all the students themselves, thank you for choosing Old Westbury and deciding to take advantage of our strengths. I welcome you today to the State University of Old Westbury again. We have a great institution. It's a unique institution born out of protest in the 1960s. It was an institution that was born because our country really had gone through some trying times. We had been a divided country along all kinds of lines, racial, sexual, a divided country across all kinds of lines, religious. We were in the midst of war. Vietnam was the war at that time. Some were hawks and wanted to fight more. Some were doves and wanted to see peace. The leadership of our country was in question. And one thing remained true above it all, is that it was a time for us to come together. Some people committed themselves to peace and justice, worked hard for it. Many died. Chief among those who gave their lives for peace and justice was one, a prophet for our nation, Martin Luther King Jr. But there were others of all races, all creeds. Some sacrificed their lives. Many men and women died on foreign battlefields. And out of that, Old Westbury came to be. Many of the members of our faculty who have been here a long time have dedicated themselves to the notion, especially in academia, that all people deserve a chance for a quality education. They've worked hard to make sure that people have access to education and that education is affordable. So all of us are here today because we are working toward making accessibility and affordability the top priority. Many of the students here, you are working hard just to stay at Old Westbury. Your parents are contributing to your education, your significant others. Many of you will leave here today and go to work. But you have a desire, and that desire is for a brighter, more informed, and prosperous future. And while you're here at Old Westbury, we want you to own that future. We want you to grab it with both hands and take advantage of the time you will spend on this sequestered campus. Yes, enjoy the beauty of the campus, walk around, get to know people in your dormitories and people who gather in the common gathering areas. Talk to people who may look or sound a little differently from you. Find out where they've come from. But most importantly, concentrate on your work. You have a wonderful faculty, supremely intelligent people, dedicated to teaching. But you too have to contribute to that. You have to be dedicated to learning. And while they smile and they are handsome and pretty and intelligent, they are tough. And they are expecting the best that you have to offer. I know this for myself. It doesn't matter really in many instances where you go to school, as long as you dedicate yourself to learning. But here at Old Westbury, there is another aspect that you will not find in most places. And that is that we are dedicated not only to teaching and learning, but we're dedicated to engulfing all of us into one community that's concerned about each of us. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter your ethnic origin, your place of origin. It doesn't matter your sexual orientation. What matters here is that you have a desire to improve yourself and thereby improve all of humanity. I described a time in our nation that was very uncertain. We're living in another time that's very uncertain. The economy looks like it's robust at the moment, but we think it may take a turn in just a few days, few months, maybe a year. But one thing I do know is that men and women who know their subject matter, men and women who achieve in school, who study hard and work hard, they always seem to rise like cream to the top. And the world, not just Long Island, the world, not just the 5 counties of New York City, the world needs people who are well-trained in accounting, people who are great chemists, people who are physicists, people who are sociologists, people who are psychologists. The world needs great artists. It needs great filmmakers. The world needs men and women who communicate well and undergirding their abilities in each of these areas, dedicated to making a better world, a more humane world, and a just world. So own your future. I said earlier that I respected those students who speak out, who protest, who cry aloud and spare not, because I come out of a season of protest. And I believe that one thing spared me more than anything else during my protest is that once while I was on campus, I stood and blocked administrators from going into their building. And one of the chief administrators told me after the event was over that he did one thing after he got out of our lockout. He went and checked my grades. And when he checked my grades, he found out that I had straight A's. And after that, he said there was no reason to punish me. After that, he said there was every reason to support me. Work hard while you're here. Take advantage of this opportunity. Many of you may not get it again. We'll do all that we can to make your stay here comfortable, but take advantage of it, especially among some of our professors, especially those who were here when the school was founded, because they are the ones who really have invested their life into teaching you. We have thousands of alumni all across the world. I've met them in China. I've met them in Tampa, Florida. I've met them on a coast-to-coast flight to California. I've met our graduates everywhere, on Long Island, working in shops, owning businesses. They're waiting for you. And so this presidential convocation is really to say to you what our theme is: own your future. Take advantage of it. Use this time creatively, and you will discover that the future does belong to you. I don't know what tomorrow may bring. Look at the people in the Bahamas. The worst devastation they've ever seen. I don't know what tomorrow may bring. Look at the people in Texas. 2 mass shootings in a short period of time. I don't know what tomorrow may bring. But I'm hoping that in a place where learning and leadership go hand in hand, that wherever a student from Old Westbury finds themselves, they'll be able to provide light. They'll be able to provide leadership, no matter where you are and what you're doing. I've been convinced over the last 20 years that this is the place to be. I believe I was led to Old Westbury, and we've been fruitful. We've worked together. We've developed great programming. I saw one of our students who I tease every time. I said, "I thought you graduated." And she came by me in her wheelchair. She said, "Of course I graduated, but I'm back in graduate school. We have those programs for you." So this convocation is just to encourage your heart, just to say that you really do have a friend in the president's office, even though sometimes you may not think so. Just to say you do have friends in the faculty, so don't get mad with them when you see that C. That's just to let you know you've got to work harder. You've got friends in the administration and people all across this campus that want to make us a big, loving community. It's worked in the past and it will work in the future. So I welcome you here today. I congratulate our new Panthers. We've got some great programming coming up. We've got things planned for you that will help you to take advantage not only of our school, but also to own your future. Take control of your life now. It belongs to you. Don't waste your time. Trust me. Present yourselves as men and women who are proud of who you are. Don't let people see you at your worst. Always show them your best. Don't let the culture that surrounds you in the outside of this place pull you down. When you speak, speak clearly. When you stand, stand straight up. Look people in the eye. Give them a firm handshake. Command who you are, because that'll make all the difference in the world. And I hope you're listening to me, because you're about to go, when you finish this place, into a world that's not necessarily friendly. But wherever you go, in the midst of the darkness that surrounds us, you bring the light. Every expression is welcome here. Freedom of speech is held up high. Academic freedom is respected. And so this is my address to you. And I ask you to work with me in making our community a shining light, a bright example of what public higher education can be. And if I had my way, public higher education would be free. You wouldn't have to pay tuition. And I'm battling every day, protesting every day, speaking up every day, the highest powers that be. And maybe one day, your voice will be added to that, and we'll achieve our goal. But until then, let us work together to make a better world, to make a better United States of America, to make a better Long Island, to make a better Old Westbury. So thank you for being here today. I'm going to call back the Total Praise Ensemble. They're going to rock the house a little bit more. I encourage you to get into the spirit, and I hope that as I see you moving across the campus of Old Westbury, you'll speak to me. Speak to your fellow students. Take the plugs out of your ears. Talk to people. Shake them by the hand, and help us to make this the community that we wanted to be. Thank you very much. God bless you. Welcome to the State University of New York, College at Old Westbury. And come on, give the Total Praise Ensemble another big round of applause. Put your hands together for them. Make them sing louder and harder.
Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? Do you get what you're hoping for? When you look behind you, there's no open door. What are you hoping for? Do you know?
Ooh, mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. You see, brother, 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 there's too many of you dying. You know we got to find a way to bring some loving here today.
Oh, Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. 'Cause you see,
War is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today.
picket lines, brother,
And picket signs
don't punish me.
with brutality.
Call and talk to me, yeah.
Oh, so we can see.
What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
Oh, what's going on?
If you disrespect everybody that you're running to, well, how in the world do you think anybody's gonna respect you? Well, now if you don't give a heck about the man with the Bible in his hand, well, just get out the way and let the gentleman do his thing. Well, respect yourself. Respect yourself. Oh, respect yourself. Respect yourself. Oh, said if you don't respect yourself, ain't nobody gonna give a good Respect yourself. Oh, respect yourself. Respect yourself. Oh, said if you don't respect yourself, hang on. Respect yourself.
Don't give up on your dream. No matter how dark it may seem, for the light will come and your day will dawn. So don't give up on your dream. For I know a place, yo, where ain't nobody crying, and ain't nobody worrying. Ain't nobody thinking, no lying to the races. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. I know a place, yeah. I'll take you there. Ain't nobody crying. I'll take you there. Ain't nobody worrying. I'll take you there. Ain't no driving business. I'll take you there. No lying to the races. I'll take you there. Oh, let me take you there. I'll take you there. Now don't you wanna go? I'll take you there. Now don't you wanna go? I'll take you there. Now don't you wanna get up? I'll take you there. Go. I don't you wanna go? I'll take you there. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. I'll take you there. Now don't you wanna go? I'll take you there. I'll take you there. There be no crying there. There be no dying there. There be no pain there. There be no rain there. So don't you wanna? Don't you wanna? Yeah. Don't you wanna? Yeah. Don't you wanna go? Don't you wanna go? I'll take you there. I'll take you. Man, y'all need to get up off of your seat. Come on. There's enough room in this aisle. There's enough room over there. Come on, let me see what you got. Let's do it, y'all.